Hello, wow, 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 wow. Wow, what a roller coaster day it has been for me. My name is Maria Banga, right? And I am a mental health advocate. I'm a person with a lived experience, post-traumatic stress disorder, which means that I am also sometimes more predisposed to certain things and like anxiety. I have an anxiety. It's not more as it used to be, but sometimes it comes. Um, I'm a high functioning person, and sometimes it's like, what would my life be without me having all these things I do? And sometimes I just hate all those things I do, and I'm like, I wish I didn't have all of these things to do. So sometimes there is that conflict, and when I slacken on them somehow, I start to fear that like when you hold yourself to such a high expectation, and you know that you can do it, but something comes along and you can't really keep up the way you would want to, and then you start being afraid that you're going to flunk. I once wrote a book, What's the Worst Case Scenario? Fighting the Fears Within, Mindful of My Mental Challenges. It's on the Amazon. So I have dealt with fear a lot of times in my life from childhood. You just cope with it whichever way, and I have so many fears I had, and one I still sometimes deal with nowadays as an adult is if I would do all what I want to do, and I feel terrible if I don't do them. And I know people say, oh, you're a superwoman, you're a strong man, all of those things. But at times when I don't see that, I don't feel that, and the anxiety just comes. It's like it's already in the system. And sometimes even when you're not really expecting, or something unexpected happens, like my sister got ill, and I took it very personal. It took me way back to my brother. It took me to, like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm talking, this is what I'm working. Now it's my own sister who has to be put in the hospital, and I'm literally the only adult person here in Douala. And that's the same hospital where I had worked some 2 years or so ago, and now my own sister has to be there. As much as you want to be strong, as much as you think about it at night, and yeah, I think that I got traumatized also because of that. And to be very honest, I had to stop her treatment like that, because it was, for me, it had gone above what it was supposed to do to her. It made her almost like a corpse, and I didn't want that. So until further evaluation, I don't want any of those injections and stuffs anymore. And I think, I mean, I'm a professional. I can assess. I think it's enough for like that for now. So that was at the back of my mind, and because of all that shuttling last week, I wasn't able to study, and I didn't study last Sunday. I usually study every Sunday, because if I don't study every Sunday, I'm not going to be able to keep up. Actually, they recommend 8 hours of study a week, so I just do all those 8 hours on Sunday. And so I try to tell myself, okay, you study twice a week, 4 hours on Thursday, 4 hours on Sunday. So you reduce the pressure on yourself, so you can at least have a full day of just staying home or stuff like that. But it's not easy. Sometimes people say, oh, you need a day, you just rest and stuff. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. I'm a workaholic anyway, so even if I'm home, I'll be doing something. Or even if I'm not working, I'll be reading. I just cannot just stay like that, put my feet up in the air and listen to music. I could try, but somewhere along the line, it really needs to take me being with a friend or stuff like that, gisting, eating, laughing, dancing. But to just, I'm learning. So anyway, yesterday I had to go and pick up something, and when I got there, it wasn't really ready. So I was hoping to do a lot of things yesterday in the office, but because of the way my morning went, I wasn't able to, and I was really already feeling tired. Remember, the whole week, Monday to Friday, I had kind of like worked on my sister's case and gone to the hospital, I think 4 times and stuff like that, 3 times. So by the time I got back home yesterday at about 12 o'clock, I was just feeling funny, and well, for whatever reason, there's always a little reason why you get on the edge. So I just decided to go and sleep, and then I came to the office at 2, and then I started working on a tender which I received just on the 21st, and the deadline is 27, and I cannot submit on deadlines because I will get so anxious. Even in my schoolwork, I don't like deadlines. I used to pack up 1 month before I travel, 2 weeks before I get so anxious if I get close to deadline, and that's why I cannot go late to somewhere. I would rather go and spend 30 minutes there waiting for people than go late. I just feel sick. It's like my stomach, everything. So it means I had to finish that tender. Yeah, I wanted to finish it yesterday, but I couldn't because it's too long. Some of those things come like 25 pages, and oh my goodness. But then you also have to do it. If you don't do it, what are you going to do? And that's life moving forward. So that was the main thing. And then my school work. And so if I didn't finish that tender yesterday, it means it's going to encroach on my school work today. And then I still had to go back and pick up the bed today. My mother was gifting us a bed, for the boys. Their bed was broken. So I was very grateful for that. I mean, that to make a new bed, go and get the one mommy is giving you. And she even gave me a chair I love so much. I never asked for that chair, but she gave it to me today, and I was so grateful. So I had to go and pick it up. But I'm already in this anxious state. I just, at least I had a goosey pudding yesterday, so I could eat and could make some fun. You try to just, dabble around like that. And so I went to sleep, but when I slept, I was already feeling like this is not good. And so I reached out to my mentor and I told her, Mega, something is creeping in me, and she was like talking and stuff. And then I slept at 10, got up at midnight 30. Sometimes I keep a log of how I sleep. I do those things to myself. Midnight 30, and then there was light in the corridor, and then I went out, I came back, I prayed, I said, God, please, I want to sleep again now. I cannot, I was feeling so tired. I slept at 1, got up at 2:30 a.m. I thought it was already morning. I took my Bible, I wanted to go and pray. I saw 2:30, I said, oh Father, please now, what is this? I want to sleep again. And then I slept shortly after, and then I got up at 4:30 or 4. I was like, hey, today will not be good. And yet I had to come to the office, because if I don't, I stay in bed, it's just going to get worse. So that's why I wrote that post this morning, self-motivating myself, like, no, girl, you have to do this. But I also wanted to kind of put it out there so that people know that I go through this kind of thing. You can go through this kind of thing. And also, people reach out, people will support you. How can people support you? They don't know what you're going through, And what is wrong in saying, I have an anxiety attack, and I'm seeing spiders or whatever, like people can say, oh, I have COVID, or I'm in the hospital, my leg, I have an accident and stuff. What is wrong in talking about your mental health? That's why I talk about mine like this, because I just want to raise awareness. And then it just happens that I will use my personal experiences, so I do that. So I wasn't really doing good this morning, and I had to go and pick up that bed. So my spirit just said, but just reach out to your cousin. And I reached out to him immediately, and yeah, he just replied and said, once I get there, let me call him and stuff. It's really good to be nice to people, because when you need them, even if it's one person, somebody is going to be nice to you, and that's what you need. So my cousin was there, and my son was at at his grandmom's for the weekend, so he could pack up the bed in the pickup and everything. So all I had to do was go and get the pickup from my auntie's place, which is just like 10 minutes from my mom, or 15 minutes. Mama, the way I was shaking, sweaty. Well, I think now, I'm like, what were you doing like that? What was happening to you? But that is what anxiety does to you. My goodness. And it's in the hood. It's not even like on the main road. If I could not cross the bridge today, no way. Like, first of all, fear crossing the bridge. Sometimes I really need to breathe in and be in a very good place to cross a bridge. So today it was no. I mean, I would have left me that bed there. Fortunately, my cousin accepted. So yeah, I just brought the car to my mom. He took over. My son, they bought the things here. I just stopped me at the office, made my lunch, ate, went and did everything there, stuff, went back. So at least I had my space. And then my online family, you know, people who know how to reach me, they reach me. People left supportive comments there. You know, people who said a few things which were not really helpful. I told them that no, it's not helpful, and I don't want that thing of it is well, it is not well. Stop saying it is well to people when they tell you it is not well, they're going through something. Yeah, that might be prayer. Change the prayer. You can say another prayer. You say it is well, it's like you're invalidating their pain. You are kind of telling them, give it to God. God is already in my body. Just best thing is just say hugs or get I hope you feel better soon, or I'm here, you know. Oh no, don't say nothing. Send them an emoji, you know. It depends on your relationship with the person, but don't start saying, oh, pray Psalm 71 or Ephesians 5 something something. Those things, for me in particular, I'm talking about myself, they don't help me at all, you know. Like, actually I'm praying in my head. I'm like, Father, please let me just do this. And you know, there's this couple coming at 4 p.m. and so I'm talking to myself inside my head. So it's like I'm fighting. It's not like I'm not fighting, but then, you know, you put it out there so people can also support you in whichever way they know. And yeah, it's also an opportunity to teach people, because some people don't know, so they might think that you are not appreciating what they're saying, or they might not say anything, because after all, sometimes when you're going through this kind of thing, you just want to withdraw, isolate yourself, because you just feel like people will not even understand, or people will be mocking you, or people will be saying, hey, what are you doing like that, and stuff like that. So you isolate, and the more you isolate, the more they panic. So it is such a vicious cycle. So it's for you to decide how you are breaking it, and all of that. I have some tools. It's called ruler. So the ruler, it's Mark Barrett. I just studied it not too long ago in emotional intelligence class. So I really used it. I wrote down. I could recognize what I was feeling. I could understand it. I could label it. I could explain it, you know, express myself like I was doing constantly online there. And I could regulate myself, you know, I could talk to myself a lot. There's nothing wrong in talking to yourself, right? Talk to yourself, write to yourself, you know, just do something. Not doing anything is not good. Do something. And don't bother, you're not doing well, so it's okay. Anybody can feel sick at any time. So if your own is mental, so what? Don't be ashamed. Don't think that what will people say, and people will know that me too, I'm having those kind of crazy thoughts. Yeah, well, so I don't have them anymore. In short, I have a 6/7 now on my to-do list. Can you imagine? So what was the panic? I just finished my tender, and yeah, it's ready for printing and everything. And I decided to do only one lesson of my module. They're actually on lesson 2. I'll do lesson 2 during the week. I promised myself that. So I did lesson 1 until I did a small assignment, because each lesson has a small assignment. And I know that there might be some people who have not even started. Sometimes we don't want to we don't want to be, you know, like a backbencher. You want to sit on the front. Like my son told me, he only wants to be first, and I was like, but now I understand that maybe that's what really brings him pleasure, seeing that number 1 on his report card, or at least between the first 3 or something like that. So that's life. And the session went so well. I mean, oh my goodness, they were just so happy and grateful, and they kissed each other in front of me, and I was like, Father, thank you. If they knew how anxious I was before they came, thinking like, how is it going to go? You know, working with couples is different from working with an individual. The man is a different person, the woman is a different person, they have different needs, they express it differently, and you don't want anybody to shut down. So you really have to reach each person, you know, in a kind of way that will make them open up and align, and do their commitments and all of those things. And oh my goodness, I really thank God for that. And yeah, I really appreciate all the people who reach out on WhatsApp, on Messenger, you know, stuff like that. that's how we should do to each other. We should sometimes not be quick to judge, because you don't know what people are going through. You might say something that just drives somebody further away. And sometimes when somebody says I'm not doing good, they are really not doing good, reach out, because you don't know, right? Somebody might just do that. I was like, that's how I felt like hitting my head in the morning. I really felt like doing this to my head. I was like, it was aching. I got up with an ache. I was like, where is this thing coming from? So sometimes the symptoms are like that, and they come from here, and then they just go through the body, and then before you realize it, you are so scared, but because I do what I do and stuff, I can recognize that, and then I can take some measures, like, what did I have for breakfast? I had sweet potatoes and some beans. They had just boiled the beans. I just took my own like that, put some different spices inside, put some small sardine, ate it like that, at least just so that there's something in your stomach, because sometimes you might feel like I'm not eating, I'm not hungry, but you are doing by your own self, so you try. And then better to eat the kind of things you like. Then for lunch I had my salad, and I'm good. So yes, I am, mommy, I am. I didn't pick your call because I was with the couples. I was doing the session. I was facilitating that session, but I am, as you can see. I hope I'll sleep better tonight. I think I'll drink a hot chocolate tonight. My mom gave me a dark chocolate. I love chocolate, and an apple. That was very good. So I will. I'll just call my sister, because I said you can't go to the hospital. I was there yesterday. I'll go there tomorrow after court. So it's okay if I don't go there today. I'll just call her, and I know she will understand. So you just try to plan your things like that, and you kind of breathe. And then if you don't do it all, life can even just abandon you now. What will you do with all those plans that you had? So that's how we can also take to calm ourselves down and regulate. Tell ourselves life goes on, right? People who had PhDs and all kinds of things, my cousin is gone. What are we doing with all of those things now? So that's how I saw myself through today. I'm just so grateful, and I wanted to just do this video to put this out there. I hope I inspire, encourage, motivate someone, and let's show more love. And thank you so much, everybody. Thank you all those who watch now and those who are going to watch later. This is Mark. This is my life, and oh my goodness. God bless us all.